Good evening. My name is Candy Webb. I am a citizen of Galesburg, a taxpayer, the president of the NAACP, a streak bomb, and and that's important. And I hold myself fiscally responsible in my job that I also hold, an 8-hour position with a company in Peoria. I would feel if I were to take money that belonged to my company or to my family and give it away, I would feel that probably my family would definitely divorce me, but my job would absolutely fire me. If I would expect to be fired if I handed money away. And as volunteers, and I applaud everyone here who has volunteered, I volunteer dramatically in the community, but as volunteers, you came and became elected board members. You're fiscally responsible for making sure or stewarding the funds, making sure that the funds for the school district are dealt with appropriately. We trust you as citizens to make valid, valuable decisions when it comes to the dollars right down to the pennies that are used for our schools and for our children. I know that the strike created some very wavy situations, personality conflicts, whatever happened. I think that it's time to put all of those sandbox problems away at this point. I know that tensions ran high, and I think that everyone in this room realizes that tensions ran high, but we're over that now, and it becomes a dollar and cents measure that we're looking at when we're discussing giving away dollars that belong to our school district for whatever reason. Every school in this country needs more dollars, especially if it's a public school, could use more dollars. It does not make good fiscal sense to give money away. So unless, and I do have to agree with the gentleman who stood here in the green shirt whose name I believe was Vince, I need to understand, because we're having a voters meet and greet or a candidate meet and greet for the voters on Thursday for this election coming up. I need to be able to understand as an NAACP president how, when several board seats come up for election early next year, how am I supposed to combat the questions that will come to me when they concern fiscal responsibility and this Restore 174 measure? This is as if I, as a homeowner, was told by the IRS that I was going to get some money and said, you know what, keep the money. I'm mad at somebody. That would be irresponsible and stupid on my behalf if I did that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not calling you stupid. I'm trying to make you understand how some of our residents are feeling right now. It does not make sense. So I understand that we have closed mouths at a school board meeting, but I would seriously suggest for anyone who wants to stay on the board, and I think that we've got some great members of our board, that you come out with some kind of a statement or something and explain why this is happening, because no one gets it. It all just looks like people can't play together in the sandbox correctly. I'm going to say one other thing, and that is that as a streak mom, which is a program that I am very passionate about because we need mentors for our kids, if one of our streak dads, any one of them, in the midst of a fight between two children, took sides, if one of them said something wrong in taking those sides, it would not be left with stone faces. We would be asked to disband that entire program. And so if that's the way that we're expected to handle our children in school, then how is it that we are not expected to do that as adults? It does not make sense. And so I'm asking really for a statement of some sort to come from the Board of Education publicly to explain what is going on for several reasons. Number one, so that I can explain it to the voters who will be asking me questions in the long run for the next election. I am also asking for, on a more personal note, for Jim and Hattie Jacobs to be allowed to come back into not just a school board meeting, but they are banned from any facility, is my understanding, in District 205. That gentleman was reading a prayer. If you want to know what he was reading, if you didn't know already, he was reading a prayer and praying for all of the teachers and all of you. And no, he's not being sent to jail, even though he was arrested. But he's banned from the one thing that he loved the most, and that is helping children. And that is just wrong. I don't think there is an explanation for that. You can give me rules, and you can give me anything you want, but this is a small community, and pretty much everyone in it knows Jim. So I suggest seriously that you take a hard look at that before you continue with that decision. Thank you very much for your time.